the village that we saw from above. And here we have another corn head, right? This one above.
Yes, yes it is.
Hi guys, my name is Peace and I'm traveling around the world. So let's peace out and go. Bom dia, good day in Portuguese, good morning to you. My name is Peace and today we are going on a special trip. We are at North Portugal and today we will go on a jeep tour to the mountain range all over here, to the entire area, through the special landscapes and beautiful viewpoints. There are some very ancient villages here and soon, I think the jeep is right here. I'm not sure if this is the guy. And if he's already here, we are going to venture out quite in a few minutes. Hello to you.
Hello, my name is Claudio.
Claudio, and
This is Carlos the driver.
Carlos the driver, Claudio the guider, and I'm Peace. My name is Peace.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, and we hope that we're gonna have a great time.
Yes, it will be. Nice
Great.
weather. And great
Hot
food.
weather.
Yes.
Okay. Went out of the Cabriel area and we are heading to what river you said?
This is Matriz.
Matriz River.
Where we are going now.
Where we are going now. Okay, great. This is the river you talk about?
Yes. The river is the same.
Going along the way.
The same that you saw yesterday, that you walked along
On the
yesterday.
Paiva?
Yeah.
So it's the Paiva River?
Yes, and it's the same, and it goes all the way to Porto,
All the way to Porto,
to
yeah.
the Douro River.
Okay,
Joins with the Douro River in Porto.
okay. You see? So this is part of the Paiva River that we saw yesterday. So there you go. This is the Paiva River, which goes along the way across this mountain range. Here's the crossing of it. Really a stunning area. Let's go back. All right, I just asked the driver to stop me right here because there's a beautiful landscape here that I can't miss. And it's so gorgeous. As you can see, the river streaming right there down and all these mountains around. This is just unbelievable. This is like a scenery from heaven. So this is our jeep. Let's go back and continue. This mountain range. Sorry.
This one here?
Yeah. What is it called?
Montemuro.
The Mu?
Montemuro.
Mountain?
Montemuro.
Muro.
Yes, this
Muro.
belongs to the Montemuro.
Okay. All right. I'm asking the guider now about this little house or box, I'm calling it, because I've seen it in many villages around and I want to know what it is about.
So, lots of people here have animals, sheep and goats.
Lots of people have animals here, yeah,
like
sheep and goats.
and cows, and this is where they store corn. Everyone has lots of corn here. They plant
Right.
lots of corn. And this...
So they store the corn in
they
these
store it,
houses?
Yeah. It has like a small wall in the middle, so you can pile it up as high as you can. Yeah,
Wow,
so-
that's interesting. It's kind of little though.
It is, yes, but you can store a lot of corn.
Wow, interesting. So the sheep eat corn, that's what they eat.
Not just the sheep, but yes, they do.
Yeah.
Flour.
What is it called?
Ganastro.
Inastro?
Ganastro.
Gernastro.
Yeah.
And which means in English?
Well, I don't even know.
You don't
the
even know.
translation. To be perfectly honest.
A little house or what?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
A place to store stuff.
Yeah, this is actually specifically just for that name.
Just for that, yeah.
It's
Very
also good to make flour, which you can make bread out of that core. Yeah, that's the purpose of it.
But it seems very ancient. It's not something
It is
new
ancient,
from today.
Yes, but people kept
Still
having,
use it.
Yeah, still use them. Yes.
Okay.
They might look a little. Some might look a bit more modern, but yeah, the basic principle is the same.
It's beautiful. I like it very much. It gives like a touch of to the village, you know. Like, okay, you telling me can go. Thank you. Obrigado.
No problem. De nada.
Okay, can I ask you a few questions?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, first of all, this area is very green, as we know, and it's everything mountains, and you said the main business here is agriculture. So I want to know, how's the infrastructure in regards to technology, and how's everything working here, internet and banks and everything else, you know, like in any city?
Yes, the thing is, most things like that, like if you have to go to a bank, you have to travel a little, like in most towns, you are a bit far away from all of that.
Right.
And when I say that most people here live from agriculture, not necessarily in a business kind of way. Some people do sell things that they have, but mostly it's just for own consumption, you know?
Right.
Because the terrain here is not very well accessible by large machines, so you cannot have agriculture on a large scale.
Right, but what do you do when you need a bank, you need a post office?
Yeah, you need to go
further away.
You need to travel, like for example, from the town where we are staying in, you need to travel like 30 kilometers to do something like that.
I see.
You have alternatives like smaller supermarkets that are closer, but to go to a big place where you have, like you say, a bank, a post office and all of that, you have to travel 30 kilometers. Now, there's a bus that goes every day, goes and comes every day.
Yeah.
Or people who have a car.
Who have a car can go,
Can go.
This I understood myself, but I'm asking more about the infrastructure of technology. Like, I see the internet here is quite low.
There's lots of places where your cell reception isn't great.
Yeah.
Here. So, yeah.
Pardon me for the distraction. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. Thank you.
So we made another stop right now to see this magnificent landscape right here. And look at that, how beautiful it is. And here we have some fields, right? These are fields all?
Yeah, these are fields. These fields all belong to the people that live in that town, which is the next one we are going to stop at.
Okay, and what is the name of the town?
It's Covas do Monte. And everything here is cultivated. Like I told you before, this town has around 50 inhabitants only.
15?
50.
50,
Yes,
50, yeah?
50. But all put together have like 2,500 livestock. Like
Wow.
sheep and goats. So all the fields are cultivated here, even with such a small amount of people. And down there, I don't know if it's visible for you, there's a windmill you see next to the water.
Windmill?
Yeah.
Which one? The very small house?
That's a windmill.
Yeah, okay. So we are now at the village that we saw from above. And here we have another corn hay, right? This one above.
Yes, it is. A smaller one.
A smaller one, yeah. So this is the village where the 50
around 50 inhabitants.
50 inhabitants have here, and
2,500.
they own 25,000, no, 2,500 livestock, and they take care of all the fields here, right?
Exactly.
I wish I can see somebody, you know,
because these villages,
Original.
all of these villages and the one where I'm from used to be inhabited by lots of people, a lot more.
Okay.
And now a lot less people. Some fields are a bit abandoned and not cultivated, but not here. Here they cultivate all of it, as you saw from the
above, yeah.
perspective above. Everything is cultivated.
Right.
At this time, everyone is working in the fields, in the crops,
Yeah.
so it's harder to find someone here, you know.
I see.
The thing is, on days like this,
Yeah.
they come home for lunch, and then for about 3 or 4 hours they don't go to work because it's too hot. But in the morning, when it's still a little fresh, they have to make the most of it.
Right.
And then in the evening, after 4 or 5, when it gets a little colder again, they go out and work
Right.
until sundown.
Right.
Because here, after, maybe not now, but in maybe a month, after lunch, you might have 40 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
Really, really hot.
Wow. Wow.
It's impossible to do anything.
Wow. So basically, they're out either with their animals or in the
Or
fields,
in the crops.
and that's why we can't find anybody here. Ah, let's hope we'll find somebody else.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
We need to hear some locals to feel them, you know, to get to learn about their culture and how they live. It makes the whole experience different. So this is the mining village, Roguffe? Rigoffe.
Devia ser mais punha assim, no rio, e aí a água corria. E depois, para lavar minério, a gente lavava.
So we found some beautiful local people here. They were gonna tell us a little bit about the mining village. They live here in Rigoffe. I always forget the name. If you have made it to this part of the video, I'm pretty sure you have enjoyed it, didn't you? So let me recommend that you watch this one next. But before you do that, I'll really appreciate if you leave a big like and also subscribe if you want to enjoy more videos just like this. Peace.